In this week, we'll be studying logical reasoning, critical thinking part. In day one, we'll be focusing upon facts, inferences, and judgments. Understanding the difference between these is very much important in BARC section. These concepts test your critical reasoning skills and your ability to analyze statements effectively. Facts are statements that can be verified or proven true through evidence. They are objective and not influenced by personal feelings or opinions. For example, the earth orbits the sun. Whereas inferences are conclusions drawn based on available facts and evidence, they go beyond the immediate information to deduce something not explicitly stated. For example, dark clouds are gathering, it might rain soon. Judgments are opinions or evaluations that express approval or disapproval. They are subjective and reflect personal beliefs or feelings. For example, chocolate ice cream is the best dessert. Now let us see how this is applied. In any verbal aptitude exams, you may encounter questions that require you to classify statements as facts, inferences, or judgments. This assesses your ability to critically evaluate information and distinguish between objective data, derived conclusions, and personal opinions. Now let us look at the strategies for distinguishing between them. Facts. Look for statements that provide data, dates, statistics, or observable phenomena. These statements can be independently verified. Inferences. Identify statements that logically follow from known information but are not directly observed. They often involve a degree of reasoning or deduction. Judgments. Detect statements that convey personal evaluations, opinions, or beliefs. They often include subjective terms, may not be universally verified. Now let us look at some of the practice questions. By mastering the ability to distinguish between facts, inferences, and judgments, you will enhance your critical reasoning skills, which are essential for success in any BRC section. Let us now look at the 25 exercises, where each statement is followed by its classification and a brief explanation. Statement 1. The capital of France is Paris. Here the classification is a fact, because this is a verifiable statement about a geographical location. Next example, given the poor quality of service in the public sector, the HIV or AIDS affected should be switching to private initiatives that supply antiretroviral drugs at a low cost. Here again, the classification is judgment. This expresses an opinion about the quality of public services and suggests a course of action. Next statement, the government has been supplying free drugs since 2004 and 35,000 have been paid up to now. The classification here is fact because it provides specific data that can be verified. Next example, red tape leads to corruption and distorts a person's character. This is an example of judgment. This is an opinion on the effects of bureaucratic procedures. Every red tape procedure is a point of contact with an official, and such contacts have the potential to become opportunities for money to change things. This can be classified as inference. This draws a conclusion based on the nature of bureaucratic procedures. Next example, inequitable distribution of resources is one of the strongest sources of conflict. This can be classified as judgment because this is an opinion on the causes of conflict. Next example, even without war, conflicts continue to trouble us. They only change in character. This can be classified as inference. This concludes that conflicts persist in different forms. Next statement, extensive disarmament is the only insurance for our future. Imagine the amount of resources that can be released or redeployed. This is an example of judgment because this expresses an opinion on disarmament, its potential benefits. Next statement, the economies of the industrialized Western world derive 20% of their income from the sale of all kinds of arms. This is an example of fact because this provides a statistic that can be verified. Next statement, according to statistical indications, the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan has managed to keep pace with its ambitious goals. It is an example for inference because it concludes success based on statistical data. Next statement, the midday meal scheme has been a significant incentive for the poor to send their children to the school. This is a judgment because this expresses an opinion on the effectiveness of the scheme. Next statement, only about 13 million children in the age group of 16 to 14 years are out of school. This is a fact because it provides a specific statistic. Next statement, the goal of universalization of elementary education has to be a prerequisite for the evolution and development of our country. This is an example of judgment because this is an opinion on educational priorities. Next statement, we should not be hopelessly addicted to an erroneous belief that corruption in India is caused by the crookedness of Indians. This is an example of judgment. This expresses disapproval of a particular belief. Next statement, the truth is that we have more red tape. We take 89 days to start a small business. Australians take 2. This is an example of fact. This provides comparative data on bureaucratic procedures. Next statement, so much of our day-to-day focus seems to be on getting things done, trudging through tasks, it can feel like a treadmill that gets you nowhere. This is an example of judgment because this expresses a personal opinion on daily routines. Next statement, we are not doing the things that make us happy, the things that we cannot wait to do because we enjoy them so much. This is an example of judgment. This is an opinion on personal fulfillment. Next statement, this is the essence of joyful living, identifying your calling and committing yourself wholeheartedly to it. This is a judgment because this expresses an opinion on what constitutes joyful living. Next statement, the company's profits have increased by 20% in the last quarter. This is a fact because it is a verifiable statement about the company's financial performance. Next statement, given the current market trends, it's likely that the company's profits will continue to rise. This is an example of inference because it's a conclusion drawn based on current market trends and past performance. Next statement, the management team is highly competent, which is why the company is performing well. This is a judgment because this is an opinion about the management team's competence and its impact on the company's performance. Next statement, the new marketing strategy has led to a 15% increase in customer engagement. This is a fact because it provides specific data about the impact of the new marketing strategy. Next statement, implementing similar strategies in other departments could yield comparable results. It's an inference because this is a conclusion drawn based on the success of marketing strategy. Next statement, the company's innovative culture is its greatest asset. This is an example of judgment. This is an opinion about the value of the company's culture. By practicing with these exercises, you can enhance the ability to distinguish between facts, inferences, and judgments, which is crucial for the VERC section of any exam. It is also useful in critical reasoning and reading comprehension sections. First statement, the company's revenue increased by 15% in the last fiscal year. It's an example of fact because this is a verifiable statement about the company's financial performance. Next statement, given the current market trends, it's likely that the company's revenue will continue to grow. This is an example of inference. This is a conclusion drawn based on current market trends and past performance. Next statement, the management team is highly competent, which is why the company is performing well. This is a judgment because this is an opinion about the management team's competence and its impact on the company's performance. Next statement, the new marketing strategy has led to a 10% increase in customer engagement. This is a fact because it provides specific data about the impact of the new marketing strategy. Next statement, implementing similar strategies in other departments could yield comparable results. This is an inference because this is a conclusion drawn based on the success of the marketing strategy. Next statement, the company's innovative culture is its greatest asset. This is a judgment because it is an opinion about the value of the company's culture. Next statement, the new software update was released on March 15. This is a fact. This is a verifiable statement about the release date of the software update. Users are likely to appreciate the new features included in the update. This is an inference because this is a conclusion drawn based on the assumption that the new features are beneficial to users. The development team did an excellent job with this update. This is an example of judgment because this is an opinion about the performance of the development team. The company's headquarters are located in New York City. This is a fact, as this is a verifiable statement about the location of the company's headquarters. Given the high cost of living in New York City, the company may face challenges in attracting talent. This is an example of inference, as it is conclusion drawn based on the known high cost of living in New York City. The company's decision to remain in New York City is a strategic mistake. This is a judgment, as this is an opinion about the company's location strategy. The product was launched in 3 new markets last quarter. This is a fact, as it is a verifiable statement about the product's market launch. The positive reception in these markets suggests potential for further expansion. This is an example of inference, as it draws conclusion based on positive reception in the new markets. Expanding into these markets was the best decision the company has made. This is an example of a judgment, because this is an opinion about the company's expansion strategy. The annual report was published on April 1st. This is an example of fact, because it's a verifiable statement about the publication date of the annual report. The report's emphasis on sustainability initiatives indicate the company's commitment to environmental responsibility. This is an example of inference, as this is a conclusion drawn based on the content of the report. The company's focus on sustainability is commendable. This is an example of judgment, because this is an opinion about the company's sustainability efforts. The customer satisfaction score increased by 5% this year. This is a fact, as it is a verifiable statement about the change in customer satisfaction. The improvement in customer satisfaction is likely due to the recent enhancements in customer service. This is an example of inference, because this is a conclusion. The company's stock price has increased by 25% over the past year. This is a fact, because it's a verifiable statement about the company's stock performance. Given the current economic climate, it's probable that the company's stock price will continue to rise. Is an inference because it is a conclusion drawn based on the current economic conditions and past performance. The company's decision to expand into international markets was a wise move. This is an example of judgment because it's an opinion about the company's strategic decision. The new product line has received positive reviews from the customers. This is a fact because it's a verifiable statement about the customer feedback. The positive customer reviews suggest that the new product line is successful. Is an inference as it is a conclusion drawn based on customer reviews. By practicing with these exercises, you can enhance your ability to distinguish between facts, inferences, and judgments, which is crucial for verbal ability and reading comprehension sections of any exam.